Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matthias Michael Hoernke, and recently I released a video in which I talk about how our moods physically affect our body, and mainly joy, that it opens up more capacity of our brain. And I had a little discussion with an old friend of mine, and he asked me, Matthias, couldn't you make a video where you show what we are capable of if we could use all of it? And I thought, this is a brilliant idea. Martin, thank you. So, you know what people say, right? They say stuff like, we humans, we use only 10% of our brains. And let's assume for a moment that's true, that it's always exactly 10%, even though it's not. Wouldn't it be phenomenal to figure out how to not have to use all of it, but to unlock most of it and use it consistently most of the time to unlock your full potential? Well, ladies and gentlemen, come closer. Closer. Whoa, that's too close. I'm about to share these secrets with you. Now, some of you might argue, well, how should he know? Nobody knows this stuff. I have to disagree. A lot of people know this stuff I'm going to talk about. But there are some people who do not want everybody to know them. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right? They would lose their competitive edge. So, and maybe you're someone who says, I do not want to unlock my full potential. That's okay. That's actually quite fine. It's nothing for everybody. You can just leave here and I'll see you next time. It's all right. For those of you who stay, be warned. I'll have to turn your world slightly upside down. I assume that everybody who's still in here is ready to learn. Brilliant. So, could you imagine for a second that you were a child, a small child, a child in a candy store? You see it? You see it in front of you? How the eyes grow big and glow and you say like, I want this and that and this and more of that. Keep that picture in mind. As I said a few seconds ago, that if we feel joy, if we feel happiness, if we are in a pleasant mood, if we're, our brain opens up more capacity so we can think faster and time feels to move more quickly, so the day feels shortened. What actually happens is, if we feel happy, our brain becomes the little child in a candy store. It loves positive things, positive feeling and positive memory. It's like, oh, I want more! I want more! And it opens up. Our brain opens to let in more positive memory. You know what I'm saying, right? So, every time we experience something positive, our brain tries to suck in more, because positive memory and positive feeling itself is healthy. That's no joke. It's not a joke. Positive feeling and positive memory is healthy, because if we experience positive things, it makes us like trying bigger things. These bigger things can tend to us having bigger positive experiences, which lead to successful memories. And if you have success early on in life, if you're a little child and have blatantly success and try even bigger and bigger things, it gets better and better and better. And this all cycles through. More positive feeling leads to more success, and more success in bigger things lead to bigger positive feeling, and it all goes full circle. You know what I'm saying, right? And all of this starts with good feeling. So point one, you have to feel good. Sounds blatantly obvious, right? But most people don't do that. Imagine your day, your everyday life as a line. Here you wake up. Here you go to bed. But it is not a straight line. It is curvy. It's like moving on a mountain trail and valleys, going up and down. In fact, let me put that here. I'll use this one. So, here you wake up. Here you go to bed. Imagine here you're standing up, and standing up for most people feels not very good. I don't like it myself. And it's quite a hard get out of bed. But imagine here you got your first coffee. And at that point, if you have a good day, everything feels easy, right? And it's like, and then you have a likely way in the valley, and you can use this momentum to make this way up would feel without this mountain trail back up. If you would not have that force that comes with you, that drives you, that pushes you, that gives you a good feeling, this would feel as shitty as this does, but it doesn't. You have the momentum on your side that carries you through the day. This, ladies and gentlemen, let me take a quick look if you see everything. Yeah, let me adjust that. So, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the curve of a good day. A really good day. Sadly, there are other curves. I remember, let's say, days like this. You get up, and it's a shitty day. And you don't want to go to work. It gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder. And every few minutes you look at your clock and say like, when is this finally over? And it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And your workday ends here. And you're so pissed off that you don't do anything as soon as you're home. So there is nothing you can use this momentum for. There is no mountain trail. There's just a crash. And you know what's the sad thing about this? Next day, it starts all over again. And again, and again, and again, and again, and again. This, ladies and gentlemen, the red curve, is the curve of a really shitty day. Well, it's a day in the life of Squidward. And nobody wants to be a Squidward, right? But so many people are. I know so many people that have one shitty day after another, and they don't do anything against that. Because they don't know that they can do something against that way. So, how do you change a shitty day to a good day or to an amazing day? The curve of an amazing day looks even different. And I like to show you that. But to change your day, you have to change the way you see things. You have to change your life a little bit. And there are 3 secrets to it. Not 1, not 2, it's 3. But these 3 rules, these 3 secrets, I have 2 rules for you. First, don't tell anybody else, you have to live like that. People, in order to change, people need to want to change. That's why you are still here. That's why the others turned off. If you do not want to change, nobody can force you. They can try to force you to change, but that does not function. And you cannot force somebody to learn. And imagine somebody has such a shitty day, it's in the afternoon, and you're like, oh, you're so dumb. You can do this, that. Guess what? He's not listening to you. Why should he? You told him he's dumb. You know what I'm speaking about, right? So, if you want to do something for the persons in your life, and if you witness that they have one shitty day after another, the only thing you do, let me put it this way, the most effective thing you can do, be a role model and have amazing days. The good thing about shitty days, there's one good thing about shitty days. They make you want to change things eventually. At some point, these shitty days, one after another, get you so pissed off that you say, I'm sick and tired of just being sick and tired of it. I want to change something. And if you have a role model in your area, someone you know, that's the person I would go to and ask, hey buddy, how did you do that? Give me some tips. Then you can show him this video or tell him, or I don't care. But don't push that to somebody. Alright? Thank you. Rule number 2. In these 3 secrets, there is an order, but there's no ranking. There's no one more important than the other. Imagine you want to make a cake and you say, well, one of the ingredients is the most important. You cannot spare everything else. Imagine you got just one recipe. Get just one ingredient for your recipe. You will never make a good cake. You need everything in the right order, in the right volume, at the right time. You know what I'm speaking about? Excellent. So, we've talked about the curve, right? The curve is point number 2, the second secret. But even though it's the second secret, I would like to start with it, because we're now familiar with that. Imagine the curve of successful people, mostly entrepreneurs. They have a 24-hour day, just like everybody else. You have the same amount of hours, just they spend it differently. And their challenges are more challenging than normal people's stuff, but they can handle it. But imagine, here you have to see your lawyer, here you have to fight for your content rights, and so on and so forth, and here ends the day. This curve does not look fun, right? Here's the deal. Entrepreneurs, they don't start bottom here. They start up here. In fact, they start so far up, I cannot draw that high. They have momentum. At this point, look at this curve. Imagine you start right here, bottom down. This curve would feel shitty as hell. But from up here, it's a roller coaster trip. And it's a roller coaster trip not after your first coffee, not at 10 a.m. It's a roller coaster trip at 6 a.m. It feels amazing. And that's the second secret. Make your day feel amazing. It's so blatantly simple, right? So, if momentum is the second secret, you can imagine there's something in order that comes even before that. And we've talked about that already. You have to fill your day with things you like. You're like, it can't be that simple. Yes, it is. You have to do things you like. Spend your day with something you can embrace, you feel comfortable with, you feel good doing it. And even though it's that simple, I see many people that go to jobs that they don't like, jobs that are making them sick, and they do it each and every day because they've been told, I have to do that, I have to do that, I have to do that. Don't stand out, be normal, go to work, hate your life. Fuck that shit. You don't have to do that. You don't even need a job. You need an income, but you do not necessarily need a job. If you're good at your job and you like it and you love it, that's the thing to do. And you should not do anything without thinking it through. But if you go to a job that you don't like, that you hate, it does not matter how good you start into your day. Your day will always feel shitty unless you find your gift. And I 100% believe that every single one of us is gifted with a special talent. Have you ever experienced that you are interested in something that your friends might not be interested that much, but you enjoy spending time with it? That can be everything. It can be fixing cars, garden work, or anything. It must not be the highest paid thing in the world. The most important thing is that it makes you happy. And if you want an example for what is possible if what you do makes you happy, Albert fucking Einstein. Oh! He got a 4 grade. He got a 4 in math. Did he care? No, but because he loved what he did. His brain opened up. He enjoyed working with logic. And you know what he did. Maybe you don't know, you should look it up. He is absolutely amazing, and the only possible way he could be this amazing. He is one example from many, but he's the one everybody knows, so I'm talking about him. That enables you to do amazing stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? I hope so. I really hope so. Now the last secret I would like to talk about is something very simple, very obvious. But that's the point most people do not follow. And if you ignore this last point, the other two are completely pointless. You have to stay the fuck away from negative people. This is not a joke. If you spend your day with negative people that drag you down, that drown your energy, that drain your energy, that drown you in negativity, you cannot expect positive results. I'm sorry, but this is just reality. This is the truth. And if I've learned anything about human relationships, it is that energy is either affecting people or infecting people. So what you do is you affecting people or infecting people. And there are so many negative, infective people out there. And I'm not saying you have to, move around with an umbrella so that nobody can send negative energy your way. Be polite, but be honest. Wouldn't you like to spend your day with people that want to have a good day? That's the first point. You need to want to have a good day. And most people... let me look. How do most people behave? They have days like this and tell you, everybody has to live like that. Do you want that? If yes, this is the wrong video for you. If you would like to change, you're welcome. And if you follow every of these steps, first, find your gift. Second, use a good momentum. Use this drive. Use a good feeling. Because if you feel good, everything goes so easy. And please, spend less time with negative people and search for positive people. Because they can reinforce your own positivity. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time. So that's it for this week's episode of The Hoernke. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. If so, please leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe to this channel to never miss anything. On the top right you find this time a link to the channel Valuetainment, with a video which they put out about the morning rituals of entrepreneurs, how they start their day with a lot of energy, which in fact that video inspired me for this episode. On the top left, as always, you find the link to the last video. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned.